So you see my screen now. There's this screen with
Yes, sir.
center term
Yes.
creativity booster. So this is called a mind map. How many of you have seen mind maps earlier? I remember a few of you had mentioned that you have seen a mind map earlier. So mind maps are tools to organize our thoughts in a similar way as they are organized in our brains. So school biology, we saw there are neurons, and neurons have those dendrons through which they connect to other neurons. Remember? Dendrites.
Yeah.
So what is happening? There is a neuron, and it is connecting in a star kind of a fashion to many other ideas, to many other neurons. So if we organize ideas and place them in a similar manner, what happens is we come up with a mind map. And it is very easy to remember or recollect what is written in the mind map or refresh anything when we write it in the form of a mind map. It is very easy to brainstorm and build upon a mind map. So in this course, we will actually use mind maps pretty often. So this tool that I'm using over here is called Xmind. Okay, you can download the mind mapping tool from their website called xmind.net. Okay. In fact, I am also posting on the Google Classroom right away so that you don't forget to it. Okay. I will post it after the class today so that you can download it. So in this, let us see how to build or create a mind map. We're talking about creativity boosters. When we were doing this exercise, baking soda exercise, what helped you come up with new ideas? What helped you come up with ideas that you came up with?
Whatever we learned as a child.
Our previous knowledge.
Your knowledge.
Experience.
So knowledge helped you. How did it help you? It gave you seeds. What else? What else helped us to come up with more ideas?
So to basically think in some other direction on how we can use that.
Okay, so let us say flexibility.
Yeah.
So find other directions or other ways of doing things. Okay. What else?
So unique experiences.
Okay, uniqueness. Each one of us has lived life differently, so uniqueness. Okay. In terms of experiences.
So we can try some experimentations based on numbers.
Yeah,
with some experiments we can be more precise and more creative.
Okay.
So by evaluating the properties of the tool itself, let's say baking soda, it can be used as a fire extinguisher when it gives out CO2.
Okay, so we can put that in knowledge itself.
Yes.
Basically, properties, constraints, etc. किसी भी situation में when we want to be more creative and come up with ideas, then there is another thing, value. Let us say, many of us thought that, okay, using baking soda as a dish cleaning material or something like that, so knowledge, flexibility, uniqueness, value, all these things, value that we associate with something. So those of us who thought that baking soda is only about baking, is only a baking material, they came up with just one or two. But when we saw, okay, it's like a white powder. Okay, white powder to bahut sari jagah use sakta hai. Where all do we use white powders? So for example, making a rangoli. White powder. So what? It may be costly, it may be whatever, but it's finally white powder. Things like that. So see, without knowledge, you will not be creative. Without flexibility, without being open to other people's ideas, without being ready to accept other people's ideas, you will not be able to be creative. Uniqueness, again, valuing that you have been through some life experiences, and similarly other people have also been through their life experiences. They may have unique ideas, so we build upon each other's ideas. मैंने क्या कहा था? Okay, as a group we now already have these many, so each one of you should have more than 20 ideas now. So you could build upon other people's experiences. They had unique experiences, you did not have them. You build upon that and you can generate more ideas. And yeah, Saurabh, you have a question?
Yes, sir. I want to ask that isn't value associated just another property of an item? Like value is something we assign to as a property to an object or idea.
But that may not be really knowledge actually. है ना? We find it valuable, therefore, suppose I say sand. Sand you may not consider to be very valuable. So you may not want to spend too much time and energy on finding its uses. However, if you are an electronics engineer and you know all chips are made out of sand, silicon, you will say, oh, sand, wow, I can think of so many things I could do with sand. I could purify this sand and do so much.
So, but isn't value just a knowledge of its properties? Like if we are like keenly aware of the properties of the object, then we are actually aware of what is its value. So isn't that
yeah, we can say that. We can say that also. No problems. No problems. We can say that also. But do we understand that to be creative, we need to be flexible, we need to value uniqueness of ourselves and of other people's experiences, and we need to have some basic knowledge. Do you understand this much?
Yeah, yes.
Now, if we look at, okay, let me just save this and I can share that with the class later. Now, if I have to look at creativity obstacles. You're not able to see the creativity obstacles screen, am I right?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Just give me a moment. Okay, Mindmap, Xmind. Are you able to see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What stopped us from coming up with new ideas?
So our preconceived notions of how a certain thing should be used.
You see, knowledge again. Sorry. Sorry.
Sir, if I may, actually, so one thing I noticed in this activity was, at least in my sense, when I was thinking about the uses of baking soda, I was trying to think back to what we were taught in school, right? What we had learned about its properties and applications. And I didn't think beyond that, that, for example, when you said that what's the texture of the baking soda, that's a white powder. But I didn't look at it as a white powder. I was only looking at it like as a chemical which has its own industrial uses. So I think just restricting yourself to bookish knowledge is one thing which kills creativity.
And I would say, इसी के अंदर, I use the term white powder. Why did I use it? Because आप लोग अभी तक उसको white powder नहीं देख रहे थे, आप उसको baking soda ही देख रहे थे. I consciously chose different words. So let us say expressive blocks. So you have to try and express whatever subject or whatever problem statement is in different ways. If you do not do that, you will be blocked in that expression itself. Oh, the expression says only this much. And you'll be limited to those expressions only. Using different language to describe the problem can actually help you find other solutions to the same problem.
So in my case,
Vegetable
what I
to
did, I restricted myself to certain level of abstractions. Likewise, what I considered like it is used in cooking, it is used in experimenting things, it is used in medical uses, and likewise in some eating purposes or not. So I abstracted all things. I didn't went into further in this into this
या
topic.
आपने नॉलेज एज्यूम, आपकी एक नॉलेज का बेस था आपके पास, और हमने जो भी बात करी, हार्मोन्स किक्ड इन, आई नो एवरीथिंग, दिस इज इट, I don't want to go beyond this, or this is safe. Has it happened with you? Oh, if I say this use, then others will laugh at me. Emotional blocks. I will feel bad about it. Has it happened?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
As
sir,
you
yes.
said, white powder, I thought of using it on carom boards, but then I thought that it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, fears of what others would say will sound stupid. And
So not just stupid, but maybe childish.
okay, others will laugh at me.
Yeah, yeah.
Might look childish. Okay, let us put it like that. What else?
समथिंग इलीगल, जैसे कि मैंने सोचा कि मैं अडल्ट्रेशन करके उसको साल्ट की जगह यूज कर सकता हूँ.
Okay. Let us say perceptual blocks. Where we say that some legal perceptions that we may have, legal limitations. We perceive there is a limitation, boundaries that may or may not exist. हम थोड़ा ना अभी उसको यूज कर रहे हैं, हम तो खाली imagine कर रहे हैं what all ways it could be used. We're not saying we are using it already. Did we say?
following predefined ways.
वही knowledge में आ जाएगा.
Sir, also, since you are mentioning knowledge, so we also can say that lack of knowledge of a particular substance also limit us from saying that.
हाँ, वो तो हमने देखो बूस्टर्स के समय देखा था ना कि नॉलेज कुछ तो चाहिए, तो वो नहीं होगी तो बूस्ट ही नहीं होगी क्रिएटिविटी. लैक ऑफ नॉलेज भी लिख देते हैं. So knowledge is a double-edged sword. Realize this. All of us always think that knowledge is जितनी information हमने collect कर ली हम उतने smart हो गए. नहीं, that is the usual thought process. Whereas knowledge actually also kills creativity. So Pranay is saying that okay about so friends अभी क्या हो रहा है, आप आधे लोग बोल रहे हैं और आधे लोग इधर लिख रहे हैं, चैट विंडो में लिख रहे हैं, आई एम मिसिंग आउट ऑन सम आइडियाज. सो आई वुड से व्हेन वी आर इन दिस इंटरैक्टिव मोड, प्लीज अनम्यूट एंड स्पीक. सो knowledge indeed is a double-edged sword. ठीक है. Then what else can we say? Can we talk about cultural blocks? यहाँ तो हमारे यहाँ तो ऐसे ही होता है.
Yes,
Yes,
social
sir.
Yes,
norms.
sir.
Yes, sir, definitely. That's
This is how it is done here.
So can we call it social norms?
Yeah.
Or traditional blocks, like it's a tradition, it's the way it is.
It's our tradition. हम ऐसे ही करेंगे. Then when you are thinking like that, तो आप बहुत सारे options को close ही कर देते हो. You're not even exploring those options. So expressive blocks में language की बात आ गई, diagrams. So when you आपके जो डायग्राम्स हो सकते हैं वही रेस्ट्रिक्टिव हो सकते हैं. सपोज आपने कोई सर्किट, आपने कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करनी है, आपने सर्किट को पूरी डिटेल में बनाया ही नहीं, आपने बस उसको एक ब्लैक ब्लॉक्स की तरह बना दिया. So many solutions that could have come if you had made the entire full circuit diagram there would not even appear in the picture now. Then there is another very big thing which is a block, which is called not invented here syndrome.
So there might be a lack of resources. Like someone might have some idea, but he doesn't have the resources to like actually.
Yeah. So that I would put in as a perceived lack of resources, है ना?
Sir,
When
extreme
we are
case.
thinking, so what is happening? What is happening is that while I only asked you to come up with as many uses, whether those uses are possible, not possible, whether उसके अंदर जैसे one person said ज्यादा बेकिंग सोडा अगर मैंने गार्गल करते हुए खा लिया तो मेरे को साइड इफेक्ट्स हो सकते हैं, I can get medically ill, whatever. So who is saying we do that? अभी तो हम खाली brainstorm कर रहे हैं ना. It is coming up with ideas. So this is one big problem, because we start to know more things, or we start to worry about more things, we start to perceive more boundaries. We already cut short ideas while they are still in the nascent stage. I was talking about not invented here syndrome. I think we very evidently experienced it over here. We saw there were 22 ideas at least, which each one of you should have written. हमने क्लास में 22 ideas अभी बोले, सबने बोले. You could have easily written those 22 ideas. But not a single person in this class had finally more than 20 ideas. Why? You thought ये तो उसका idea है, ये मैं कैसे use कर लूं? No. When we are brainstorming, we should pick up anything and everything. Now, if it may happen that someone else has patented it, then the problem for us is, okay, this is a good solution, but the problem is this solution is already used. Now my problem becomes how to change this solution or how to improve this solution. You see, it changed the problem statement altogether. But if you would not accept other people's ideas, then you are basically handling only the big problem yourself, all alone. Are you able to see this? Oh, so not invented here syndrome is hidden behind my face. That is why you're not able to see this. Yeah, please. Question. I heard there was a question.
Sir, extreme planning will also lead to less creativity.
I'm sorry?
Extreme planning.
Yes. Very good. When we create these boundaries of plan, मेरे plan में तो वो time है ही नहीं, है ना? So this could mean planning also.
So this would also include prematurely thinking about how it would be done and how the resources of it would be achieved, and that's why not fully thinking about how it what could we do.
Yeah, assumptions.
Yeah.
है ना? So we assume so many things. You have to drop those assumptions. In fact, you have to drop assumptions which stop us from thinking more. We should choose assumptions which let us think more. अरे ठीक है, मुझे पता है अभी नहीं होता, अभी there is no solution to this particular challenge, but there could be a situation where this situation doesn't even arise. Many times, when I have so much of a design experience myself, so many times what happened was that we would come up with a solution, and someone in the team would say, but Anuj, this will not work in that setting. My simple question used to be, okay, who is the customer here? Will he ever use the product in that kind of a setting? If he's never going to use the product in that setting, then by not offering this very cheap solution to him, we are doing injustice to him. Let us define a new boundary of the product itself. Let us say this product will not work there, but now this product is 1/10 the cost.
So,
yes,
like we often associate creativity with thinking out of the box. So, does that fall under the boundaries category? We create some boundaries for ourselves which we never try to cross or pass.
Yeah. Very true.
So maybe always trying to be optimal can also be a creativity obstacle.
Yes. See, भाई जितने भी हमने यहाँ पे lack of resources कह दिया, कुछ भी कह दिया, all these are boundaries that we have created. है ना? Boundary on the product should be usable or not, something like that. अरे अभी तो ideas है ना, let the ideas come. Don't filter them right away.
Stop prematurely thinking about the market for that product as well.
Yeah, that also. अभी तो हम बेकिंग सोडा के यूजर्स कह रहे थे, मार्केट की तो बात ही नहीं आ रही थी, फिर भी हम उसको काट रहे थे, है ना? So these are imaginary boundaries.
Sir, also one more thing could be like if we are unable to define or identify a particular problem. So here we are going from product to solving a problem. But if there is a problem where baking soda could be used to solve that problem and we are unable to identify that problem, then in that case also it could be
Yeah, so
helpful in
we will do many brainstorming exercises. So we will see that we'll cover all kinds of things. For example, this is how many users of an existing solution that you have. We started with baking soda because all of you know baking soda, but once you go back to your product teams, research groups, this is a very simple question you ask: how many users of this solution can be there? I have this solution. Where all can I proliferate it? As a startup, you would want to ask this question, no? What all can be my possible markets? Are you able to see this? I have asked a very simple question, but you simply modify the same question and it's the same format. You can find answers to it. In fact, let's do an exercise. Let's do a small exercise of similar kind. Ready?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
So baking soda, we already saw that there was this group of students who said that we will gargle. We will mix red dye in it, gargle, and act as if we have rabies. So we also amongst us looked at what could be the creativity boosters and what could be the creativity obstacles. Many things we talked about: cultural, intellectual, knowledge, perceptual, expressive, many blocks we talked about. Now, as we go into this session, I want you to do this. We are entering into a brainstorming session now. So we are slightly late for it because we had more discussions, but at least I thought we should get introduced to at least 1 or 2 methods of brainstorming. It's already 3rd lecture. अभी तक आपको नहीं पता लगेगा तो आपको लगेगा कोर्स बेकार है. So when we now enter this brainstorming session, remember these rules. Whenever you sit for brainstorming, be open to different perspectives. Be ready to generate as many options. Whether they work or not, we will not worry about it. Okay? Even if you're not getting ideas, just keep on writing, do something. Okay? Come up with whatever you can. Don't think about what others will talk about it. Don't, forget the fear of failure, forget the fear of ridicule. Okay? Get as many ideas. Try to find positives of a solution instead of limitations. Try to look at the positives. ओ ये हम इससे करते हैं, ऑलरेडी करते हैं, लेकिन क्या उससे भी कर सकते हैं? ऑल्टरनेटिव्स के लिए ओपन हो जाएं आप. ठीक है? टेम्पररीली सस्पेंड ऑल द रूल्स एंड कंडीशंस फॉर प्रॉब्लम्स एंड सॉल्यूशंस. यूज प्रोवोकेटिव क्वेश्चंस फॉर योरसेल्फ. व्हाट इफ, टू गो बियॉन्ड दीज ब्लॉक्स, जो हमने बाउंड्रीज वाले ब्लॉक्स कहे या कुछ भी कहे. एंड प्लीज get out of this not invented here syndrome. Adopt other people's viewpoints, defer judgment, do not judge others' ideas. In fact, build upon others' ideas. Can we do that?
Sir, I have one question to the last point.
Yeah, please.
So you told that we always have to accept the other's idea. So for example, for baking soda case, when I propose that, okay, so I will put huge amount of baking soda to my hand and gargle. So other people will tell that, okay, so it's just childish because it's going to affect your health actually. So are you going to listen to his idea and simply throw out, or you are going to accept that idea or try to work on it?
So when we are in a brainstorm session, we do not throw out anything.
Okay.
We accept everything and we build further upon it. जैसे तुमने गार्गल वाला आइडिया लिया था और बच्चों ने उसी को फर्दर बिल्ड करा ना, उसके अंदर रेड डाई करके करूंगा और फिर उसको रेबीज का शो करूंगा.
अच्छा, okay. But eventually it is going to affect your health, right?
How does it matter? अभी हम आइडियाज की बात कर रहे हैं.
Okay.
We will not enter into that market, but at least go ahead.
Got it. Yeah.
At least go ahead. Don't filter anything now. In a brainstorming, in a divergence session. So we are diverging, we are generating ideas. Okay? We have one idea, small idea, one problem. We are generating as many ideas around it as possible. In a divergence session, no filters.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? Whether it will work or not, we will look at it later. उसके लिए बहुत टाइम है हमारे पास कोर्स में. पहले आइडिया जनरेट तो करो. Go for quantity.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So now what we'll do is we'll go into breakout rooms. As soon as you go into the breakout room, identify a leader amongst yourself. Okay. What should the leader do? Leader should immediately prefix the breakout room number before their name. For example, you are in room number 10. So the leader should prefix their name, rename themselves as 10_Anuj, for example. Okay. And as soon as you rename, come back to the main room. I want all the leaders of the breakout room to be back in the main room within 3 minutes of entering into the breakout rooms. Okay. I will give the instructions of what you have to do inside the breakout room only to the leaders there. While the leaders are outside, आप लोग जो बाकी लोग breakout room में हैं, you identify one person amongst yourself or two people amongst yourself who are called scribes. Okay, you will consolidate and list all the ideas finally. The leaders will come back to the room, explain what needs to be done, and then you will brainstorm. The leaders will come back and tell you the problem also, which problem you guys need to brainstorm on. Okay, and then finally just take 5 minutes to consolidate all those ideas into a list. Mind map अभी आपने tool नहीं लिया हुआ, सबके पास नहीं होगा tool, but at least list them down, consolidate them into one list. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Great.
Sir.
So I will now split us into breakout rooms. Amir, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will make you the host, right? And we will go into breakout rooms. So each breakout room will now have 6 to 7 participants, and we will brainstorm there. Okay, we are in total going to be 10 breakout rooms. Please join your breakout rooms and identify a leader quickly. Anisha, Anuj, Arham, Sambhav, Shubham, Ritik, please join your breakout rooms. Shubham, Arham.
So how to rename the breakout rooms?
No, you don't rename the breakout rooms. You just rename yourself. Your name should be a breakout room number underscore your name, like Priyansh and Samiksha have done.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm from room number 6, so I'll be the team leader.
Yeah.
Rachit.
Please rename yourself as 6_Rachit, please.
Sure.
So we don't have anyone from room number 3, 4 yet. Three, 4, 8, 9, 10. So Sanskar, rename yourself as 4_Sanskar. Amir, can you please go to the rooms and insist that room number 3, 8, 10 also send their leaders back?
Sure, so 3, 8, 10.
Yeah. 3 से अभी कोई बाहर नहीं आया है.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So how can I rename the breakout room like to the leader?
You don't need to rename the breakout room, Biman. You just rename yourself.
Okay. So,
Put your name as 9_Biman. You're in room number 9, na?
yes, room number 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sure.
Okay. Rishabh, which room are you from?
Okay.
Room 8.
So please, apna 8_Rishabh rename kar lo. Okay, so we have people from all the rooms now. There are many rooms which have less than 5 or 6 participants. We will follow one technique. Rooms which have more than 6 participants, we will follow the other technique. Okay. So आपको क्या करना है? Once you go back to your breakout room, you have to So in the breakout room, you have to do this, that. My PPT has got stuck. आ गया. Sorry. Okay, so rooms which have more than 6 people, you use the technique called trigger session. Now, problem for all of you, the problem statement that all of you have to solve is identify as many users of AI and machine learning for social good. Something like technology for social good. As many ways which you can apply AI for social good. That is the problem statement. Each one of the breakout rooms, each one of the teams has to solve. Okay. Now there are 2 techniques. The first technique is trigger session, which all those rooms will use which have more than 6 people there. What does this technique mean? This technique says that all of you will spend 1 minute to list down your ideas independently. आप सब लोग बैठेंगे एक एक करके अपने सारे सब लोग एक मिनट लेके अपने आइडियाज लिखेंगे, just like we did for the baking soda thing. Then one by one, each one of you will speak out your ideas. Others will strike out ideas which were common, and if by looking at someone else's idea they get a new idea, they add that new idea into their list. समझ में आया? Baking soda के लिए, for example, the first person said use of baking soda in volcano experiments. So all the people in your team who may have written the same use would strike out. They will not repeat the same idea again. But a use of baking soda as volcanoes या use of baking soda as rangoli material, उसको सुन के अगर आपको 4 और आइडियाज आते हैं तो आप वो 4 आइडियाज अपनी लिस्ट में ऐड कर देंगे. Is that clear? So initially 1 minute, everyone thinks and writes ideas. Then one person reads out his or her ideas. The others score out ideas which are common. Score out matlab cancel. And they write new ideas. Once the list of first person is all done, we go to the second person. And we say second person बोलेगा और जितने भी बाकी लोग हैं, they will score out their ideas, common ideas, and write new ideas. And we go round robin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 के बाद you come back to 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We do one such cycle. Okay. And in moving from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, you don't need to wait at all. 1 की list खत्म होते ही 2 शुरू हो जाएगा, फिर 3 शुरू हो जाएगा. Others will start to write ideas. Now, when 2 is speaking, even 1 will write more ideas because 1 की बारी फिर से आनी है यहाँ पे. Is this clear? Any questions?
Can you repeat the problem statement once?
The problem statement is use of AI for social good. Use of AI for social good. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So Amir, can you please post the Google? So what Amir will do now is he will post the link to a Google Sheet. You can copy that Google Sheet in your area, okay, and then use that for your. So that's a template. What Amir will share is a template. You can copy that in your area, and your team can use the copy that you've made in your local area. Okay.
So can you repeat the last method? What you just said about that I'll be doing?
So Amir will share a template in which you can generate ideas, in which you can write ideas. You can use that template. So that template is non-editable. That is not editable for you guys. You can simply copy it in your area and then use it. Okay. Now I'm coming to the second technique, which is called 635. So Priyansh, second technique is the one which is to be used by teams which have 6 or fewer people. Okay. What does 635 technique mean? 635 means that if there are 6 or fewer people in a team, they will write down only 3 ideas in their sheet for now. So person 1 will write 3 ideas in his sheet, person 2 will write 3 ideas in his sheet, person 3 will write his ideas in his sheet. And only 3 ideas. Now, once you've written 3 ideas in your sheet, you go to second person's sheet. Again, in a kind of a round robin manner. One will go to second person sheet, second person will go to third person sheet, and so on. You read what all ideas are listed above there. Okay. So in the fourth cycle, so if at the fourth shift, what would be happening? 3 people have already written 3 ideas each. So there are 9 ideas already existing on the sheet. Now you will add your 3 ideas after this. Okay. Then you go to the next sheet. वहां पे 12 ideas already लिखे हुए होंगे, आप उनको पढ़ें. You may come up with more ideas. You write down your 3 ideas now. New 3 ideas. So don't repeat old ideas. Come up with 3 new ideas in every sheet. So every person will come up with 3 into as many number of people you are in the group. 3 है, 6 लोग हैं तो 18. So 6 people, 3 ideas each. Okay. So that is the 635 technique. Any questions about that?
Idea related to AI for social good?
Yes, they are ideas for AI for social good.
So can you quickly repeat the technique just once again? I mean, I got a little confused.
Which technique? Trigger or 635?
The 635 techniques.
635 is so आपको खाली trigger use करना है प्रियांश. Group 1 में more than 6 people हैं.
Oh, all right, sir. Sorry.
Okay. 635 technique means each person writes 3 ideas, then moves to the second person sheet, reads the ideas that are existing there, then writes 3 more new ideas, then goes to the third person sheet. This way, each person would have written at least 3 ideas in every person's sheet. And overall, we would have collected a lot of ideas there. 5 लोग हैं तो 5 into 3, 15 ideas per person into 5. So 75 ideas you would have there.
So, sir, the person would write in another person's sheet, or he would write considering that sheet in his own sheet? He would write
in other person's sheet. Okay.
So it is confusing, this 635 technique.
So let us say हम मानते हैं यहाँ पे लवप्रीत, आमिर और अनुज 3 लोग हैं एक टीम में. ठीक है. तो लवप्रीत ने अपनी शीट पे गया, उसने 3 आइडियाज लिखे. अनुज ने अपनी शीट पे 3 आइडियाज लिखे, आमिर ने अपनी शीट पे 3 आइडियाज लिखे. नाउ लवप्रीत वेंट टू अनुज शीट. उसने अनुज की शीट पे 3 आइडियाज जो लिखे हुए थे वो पढ़े, एंड ही सेड, ओ इन आइडियाज को सोच के तो मेरे को ये वाला नया आइडिया भी आ गया, या नहीं भी आया, मेरे पास 3 और आइडियाज हैं. वो उसने लवप्रीत ने अनुज वाली शीट पे भी 3 और आइडियाज लिखे. जब लवप्रीत अनुज की शीट पे 3 आइडियाज लिख रहा था तो अनुज क्या कर रहा था? अनुज आमिर की शीट पे था, वहां पे 3 आइडियाज लिख रहा था, और आमिर लवप्रीत की शीट पे था, वहां पे 3 आइडियाज लिख रहा था. देन लवप्रीत ने कहा चलो मेरे अनुज की शीट पे भी 3 आइडियाज हो गए, नाउ आई विल गो टू आमिर शीट. अब वो आमिर की शीट पे जाएगा, ऊपर 6 आइडियाज लिखे हुए हैं, उनको पढ़ेगा, हो सकता है कोई नया आइडिया आए, वो उनको भी वहां पे लिख देगा. तो फाइनली 3 लोग हैं, 3 आइडियाज हर बार लिखे, तीनों लोगों ने 9 आइडियाज लिखे, and we have a total of 27 ideas. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir, yes.
So please go back to your rooms. You have 10 minutes to the brainstorm and then come back to the main room.
Answer, each person has to go to like 5 other sheets. If we have 6
Samiksha, you
people.
are in group 2. Group 2 has 7
Yes.
people. You have to use trigger.
Oh, sir, but when I asked, there were only 5 people in the room and I was the 6th.
Okay, now there are 7 people in the room.
Sir,
okay.
I have to download the sheet, then
Yes.
share with
नहीं
them.
तो आप यूज नहीं कर पाएंगे ना.
हाँ, तो उसके बाद मतलब सबके साथ शेयर करना होगा फिर.
Yes. Okay, please.
Okay.
So can you once tell मेरे group में कितने लोग हैं? Last time I checked it was 5, I believe.
Yeah, you have to use 635.
5. Okay, fine.
ये बात समझाने में बहुत देर लग जाती है.
यस सर, ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि अगर क्लास से पहले थोड़ा हम इंस्ट्रक्शंस गूगल क्लासरूम पे डाल दें तो?
Okay. So now that we went through one ideation exercise, how do you feel? What happened there? So let us first hear about 635 groups that did 635. What was your experience? What did you do and what was your experience?
Sir,
you can speak. Yeah.
It was good, sir.
So it was good, but as I told you that it is like the first time, so the process was a little bit confusing, and like the entire process to understand, and we messed up the entire time actually. But we got very less. But topic was good. We could have got like more idea, but because of this process, we could not do that. But we got some idea actually. But process was good until unless the time was like not sufficient for us. This going and coming.
Okay. So what did you especially like about the process?
The brainstorming session. We are meeting with them like a new student or new friends, then discussing with them and getting some new idea, getting some new point of view from them, which is not coming out from our mind actually.
So you could build upon other people's ideas.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Others who use 635, what was your experience? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
So reading someone else's ideas and interpreting it in our own way and then coming up with the new idea regarding it was really interesting. We went through all the different people's ideas, and so someone in my group wrote that AI on borders, maybe replacing soldiers with AI robot, and interpreting it, I wrote that AI in customer care center, because maybe the humans there do not need to be there, and AI would do the better job. Maybe they can please the customers better.
Bots exactly do that, is it not?
Right.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Others?
Yes, basically when I was getting stuck with how to come up with more ideas, I would just look at some other person, a groupmate sheet, and then improvise on my sheet.
So looking at other people's ideas helped you bypass your psychological inertia.
Yeah, I was actually not thinking in that direction, but after looking at their sheet, I thought that, oh, I could also use it in this way. So then I got new ideas, but it was little time taking, so could not complete the idea list.
So yeah, I would agree upon that fact. Like our particular brain was working in a certain direction. So looking at someone else and they're thinking on a much deeper or or a base level and getting that idea. It's very interesting to see. Okay, I shouldn't be thinking only in one direction.
It helps you open up, and it breaks your boundaries.
Exactly.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Opens up whole new directions of thinking. That's what.
What about triggers? So 65 people. Was there noise in your group?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Mainly
65
because
में
of
noise की
logistic issue.
due to logistic. Otherwise 65 में तो noise नहीं होनी चाहिए. You just silently do your work.
No,
You
sir.
could do it sitting in a library. Do you
Yes, sir.
realize this?
Yes, sir. Just pass. Look at when it was written on the sheet. Pass the sheet, but we can in Excel we can
Yeah.
directly see the other person's idea and
Yeah,
expand.
you could directly go to the other person's
Yes,
sheet.
sir.
Hmm? So you could do this 65 sitting even in a library. You could
Yes, sir.
hitchhike on other people's ideas sitting in a library, not talking but still getting it done. Hmm? Okay. Now, what about trigger session people? How did you experience it?
So, sir, again, there was a bit time restriction, but yeah, it was a very good experience. So, learning from others how in this direction they are exactly thinking of, and exploring our new ideas on the basis of their ideas also. And further, what I also felt when they gave some idea, then I would able to think much more connected to that. So, yeah, that was my feeling.
Sir, our level of like extent to which we can think actually it broadens. So earlier I was just thinking about armed forces and these things, but one member in my group said like we can use it for predicting earthquakes. Then suddenly I started thinking about all the natural calamities and what we can associate it with. So this is how we also did complete the activity.
Very nice. So you were also able to hitchhike on other people's ideas. What about the noise level in your groups? Trigger session people? Was it noisy and boisterous? Not yet.
No, sir. No.
Noisy नहीं था. ये कैसा trigger session हुआ?
Sir, but we were to come up with some, I wouldn't say innovative, but different ideas. Let's say, suppose using surrounding noises to create music using AI, something like that, or
Wow.
using, let's say, abstract images to create a picture, something like that. Or
Wow. Very nice. But there must have been some noise in the group itself, huh? नहीं. When one person is speaking, so you cannot, at least 65 you cannot use in a library. इतनी noise थी या इतनी भी नहीं थी?
So the instruction said to do it silently, so I guess everyone did it silently.
नहीं, तो पहला 1 minute silent है, उसके बाद तो one will speak out their ideas, ना?
And the others will silently cross out the ideas.
Silently cross out the idea. So no one of you exclaimed also, oh shit, ये भी गया. No one exclaimed like this. Huh?
No, we didn't discuss much. Like we just, okay, that's their idea. And
बहुत शरीफ बच्चे हैं आप सब.
We are silently listening to each other.
हाँ, okay, नहीं, वो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. You have to listen, otherwise सुनोगे नहीं तो काटोगे नहीं. बट कुछ तो एक्सक्लेमेशन हो सकते थे, बट ठीक है, ऑनलाइन है तो हम म्यूट पे होंगे तो इसलिए औरों को सुनाई भी नहीं देगा. बट फिजिकल मीटिंग्स में जब ये करा जाता है ट्रिगर सेशन, यूजुअली यूज्ड टू, अरे यार ये भी चला गया आइडिया यार, तूने क्यों बोला, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग हैपेंस एंड इट्स अ वेरी फन थिंग. सो trigger is both of these ideas, both of these techniques you would have realized are hitchhiking on other people's ideas. If you are in a setting where you cannot make noise and where, for example, there are people of different stature. For example, suppose I was also sitting alongside you in a brainstorm session. What would happen? There would be a different kind of fear of ridicule that will come in your mind. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You will think about, yeah, what will this person think? What will that person think? But when I am not there, then there is a completely different kind of an abandon. है ना? So when there are people of different levels coming into a picture, जैसे आप अगर एक टीम में जाते हैं और आपके जो प्रोफेसर हैं वो भी रहते हैं और जो PhD स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो भी रहते हैं और आप भी रहते हैं, and all of you do a brainstorm session together, I would suggest that you use 635 technique. इसमें क्या होगा कि आपने बस साइलेंटली लिख दिया, कोई शोर शराबा नहीं, unless yes there is a different level of comfort with your research guide. शोर शराबा नहीं, कोई कुछ भी लिख सकता है. There is nothing like ये तो बॉस ने कहा है तो ये तो बात सबने माननी है. Trigger session is more about when it's a playful group. When it's a playful group, then you can go for trigger session. When it's a very little formal group, you can use 635. And the results you will realize are very similar. So अभी आप लोग क्या करेंगे, आप लोग इन आइडियाज को कंसोलिडेट करके you will post them on Google Classroom. So Amir will create a repository where you will just upload this. ठीक है, you will create an assignment जहाँ पे आप लोग 10 लोग जो हैं scribes, जो 10 scribes हैं, you will upload this in that repository. Please remember to mention the names of other team members who were there. नहीं भी याद है तो भी चलेगा, एटलीस्ट scribes अपना नाम वहां लिखें कि ये मैंने बनाई है फाइल. ठीक है, if you upload it in that region, लीडर का नाम लिख दें एटलीस्ट, लीडर एंड स्क्राइब जो 2 रोल्स आइडेंटिफाई करे गए थे, ये हर शीट में नाम होना चाहिए. You can upload this in that area. And also importantly identify, bold कर देना या identify कर लेना कि ये ideas जो हैं they are really good. As an institute we can take up these ideas as research projects, or we could think of a startup around this idea, we could think of this. तो जो ऐसे कुछ ideas होंगे उनको आप bold भी कर सकते हो. So scribes, you have to do this and submit it in the classroom. Is that okay? Any questions?
Sir, we were doing the 635 and we were not able to complete the whole table due to time constraints.
अब कर लेना, गूगल शीट ही तो शेयर करा होगा ना.
हाँ,
तो अभी कर लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
ठीक है. Okay.
But you got the taste of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that is what I wanted. ठीक है, चलिए. Anything else?
So we have to submit it in classroom, right?
Yeah, Amir will create an assignment. You can submit it there.
All of us need to submit it, or just the group leader can do it?
No, just the group scribe.
Okay.
The group scribe.
The group scribe does it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Shanvi, you have a question?
No, sir, it got solved. I was about like the group leader and the scribe. So the scribe will be posting the session.
Yeah, the scribe will do it. Okay, but please mention the group leader's name there.
Oh, for sure, sir.
On the
Yes.
sheet itself. Okay. So thank you, friends. We will meet on Saturday now, 4 to 5:20 p.m. as we discussed in the beginning of the class. And I will also post the recording of this in the Google Classroom and on YouTube, and then subsequently, obviously, in Google Classroom. So those of you who have not subscribed, you will get to see the video a little later than it is posted on YouTube, but you will anyway see it. Or you can subscribe to my channels and you can get access to it immediately as soon as I upload it there. Okay. Thank you, guys, and see you on Saturday then.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, not as a class on Saturday, but I have my office hours starting in next 20 minutes. So see you in the next 20 minutes. Those of you, if you have any questions.
So we just have to upload that Google Sheet there, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amir will
Thank you,
put the instructions there. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sir,
All the
and
best.
both the scribes have to submit a single sheet or different sheet? Like
One sheet. One
Okay,
group
sir.
has done one list now. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you just wait for 1 minute, sir? I wanted to discuss something.
Sure.
Okay, sir. Then I'll just wait for others to leave.